Hi everybody, it's me, Charles North from Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of AthleticSOS. It is a software technology that allows any high school athlete that's trying to get an athletic scholarship to find out all of their options and opportunities. And it's based on your academic information, the sport you play, the level you think you can participate, the area of the country you're looking for. And we show you everything that fits you in a category that you academically qualify to go to that college, and they have your sport at that level. And so in this one, one of the interesting things about AthleticSOS is we get a lot of the kids that are, let's say, not top D1, blue chip, All-American, extra. So we get a lot of the kids that kind of have this thought process of, why me? Why would a college coach pick me over them, right? These other kids have, whatever they think those other kids have that they don't have, I think they're wrong in a lot of ways. And so I want to make the case for why you. Why you? Why should they pick you? And so I want to do it through the AthleticSOS lens, what we're all about, why I created this software in the first place, why my team is growing, and why you guys are signing up for it. And I can't thank you guys enough. We're growing incredibly well right now, and I'm not even 100% sure why, but I do see a lot of you guys use the code that I give you down below, and you guys are signing up with it. So down below I give you the code and I give you instructions. Absolutely no cost to use the software. For some reason we're blowing up here, and I'm not sure why. But two things happened in the past couple of weeks. One, I went to a 7-on-7 football, I guess they're not a camp, they're a team, and they were having tryouts. And then I went to a girls basketball tryout for a travel club program, pretty big out here. And I kind of know the guy that's doing it because my daughter played back in those days, and I know this guy really well, and I wanted to bring the software to them. And so both of those, I met two kids. One for the boys football, little bit of a chunky, not quite built into his body yet. I think he's a 9th grader, but you can see he had the size, everything was there. But he just had this sort of meekness to him. You know what? It's not even meekness, just uncertainty about himself. I'll put it that way, young man. And him and his mom were there. And so I was talking to them about, athletic scholarships and how to use the software and letting them know it's no cost. Let's go ahead and use it. And then he said, I don't think I'm going to be getting an athletic scholarship. I just don't see it. And his mom said, no, he just plays, it's fun. I just want him to stay in shape. I go, no. It doesn't work that way. You got to believe in yourself. And so that kind of disturbed me a little bit. And I got them to use the software. And I said, come back in about a year or two. You're only a 9th grader right now. Come back in a year or two. Because he's already on varsity because he's such a big kid. So I think he has what it is. I don't know what his motor is. I didn't see him work out or anything. But that sort of thing kind of bothered me. Same thing with the girls basketball workout tryouts. Now, this young lady was tall, long, lanky, and thin as a rod, right? And so I was able to watch her. They didn't have her with the really accomplished girls. She was over on the next court trying to get development and things like that, just trying to see. So they had her on a lower team. And I saw her a little bit with the girls that are really more polished, and she could not hang with them. She was always a half a step slow. She's overthinking everything. But you can see something's there. She's athletic. I watch her run. She could jump. She kind of tippy toes a lot. But if someone got with her, you could see that she has what it takes to get there. But when she was on the other side with the other girls, she was clearly better than them. You could see her confidence kind of come in. And she was sort of playing around because she was tall and long. And so, and the other girls were not quite as skilled either. But she was completely controlling, blocking everybody's shot, getting steals and intercepting passes. So you could see that there could be a transition there. And so for both of these kids, I want to make the case for why you, AthleticSOS style. First thing you did was you went to your high school and you made sure you were taking the right courses to be able to play NCAA Division I sports. Because you happen to understand that if you can qualify for that, you qualify for D2, D3, NAIA, and anything else that comes along, right? You're already in that world. But you didn't just take those classes. You also took some AP and CP classes, right? So college prep, advanced placement classes, because you're all about your studies too. It's not just the sport for you, it's about your studies and your future, right? So you did that. And if you didn't do it, you were smart enough to make sure you had a 3.5 GPA or above, because you happen to understand the difference between a head count sport and an equivalency sport. And for girls, it's basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, and tennis. D1 level, full ride. Anything else, equivalency. For boys, it's just football and basketball. D1 level, everything else, possibly equivalency. So you already understand that. So you're making sure you're above the 3.5 threshold. And why are you doing that? Because now you're more attractive to that college coach, because you can do academic and a little bit of athletic money. You pull them together because college is so expensive. You also know you don't want any debt. That's a big thing for us. Do not come out of college with a bunch of debt, because it just sets you back on your traction moving forward in your life. And we're building legacy money. We're building legacy for you, your family, your kids, your grandkids. I know you're in the 9th grade and you're going, what in the heck is he talking about? I don't care. I still want you to be on that track. All right, so we got those things. Then you realize that half the country uses the ACT, half the country uses the SAT. Some schools use both, and some schools use none. But you're going to go and take both tests, right? You're going to take the ACT and the SAT. They're completely different thought processes for those tests, and you want to make sure that you cover as many schools as possible. And you know, even though some schools, more and more schools are not requiring the SAT or ACT, you're going to take it anyway. Why would you do that, you say? Because you want to make sure that when that coach is looking at you, when that administration or the people that are looking for admissions, when they see you, they're going to say, this kid went the extra mile. They didn't have to do this, but they did it. Just because they don't require it doesn't mean they won't look at it or they don't accept it. So you do it anyway. That's the extra step. That's what we're all about here at AthleticSOS. So you were smart enough to do that. And maybe you struggled the first time you took it. And so you looked at the AthleticSOS software and said, oh, I need to get this score so I can see these schools that I'm interested in. And so you're going to go back and take it again, because our software told you exactly which score you need to qualify for particular schools. And so you're going to go back. But hey, you don't have the $500 to $800 to go take those special classes to improve your score. You're just going to go online and you're going to take the sample test, which is on both of those teams' websites. And then there's some other sites that allow you to take practice tests for free. So you're going to just get yourself wrapped up. You're going the extra mile. I hope I'm making sense with all of this stuff. Then next thing you're doing is, if your sport is included at your high school team, you're going to play on your high school team. Yeah, maybe you're too good for your high school team. Maybe you get on the high school team and they're playing you out of place, out of position, or they don't play your style. You're still going to play, and you're going to be the person on the team that's going to be cooperative. You're not going to let anybody run over you. You're not going to be the patsy on the team, but you realize, hey, I'm going to be on this team. I'm part of something going on. Or if it's an individual sport, the same thing. Hey, I'm going to cooperate. Whatever the coach needs from me, I'm going to give them, because you're smart enough to understand that no matter what you do, a college coach is going to check with your high school coach to see about your attitude more than anything else. What do they think of you? Can you play at that level? You want that high school coach on your side. Yes, high school coaches can be a pain in the butt. I get it. But so can your parents. Oh, your parents move you from school to school to school because they don't like the style. They don't like the coach. They don't think they're treating you fair. You're not going to complain. You can't do anything about your parents. Your parents are going to be your parents. They want what's best for you in most cases. So just suck it up. But they're going to check with that first high school coach and find out, why did you transfer? And they're going to check with your current high school coach. So understand that. Be courteous, be kind, be a good person. If you can do that, you've already wiped out most people. Now, I'm going to go back just for a minute. All of that stuff I talked about academically, most kids aren't going to do it. They didn't take the right classes. They're nullified. They're out. Why you? You did the right thing. A lot of those kids didn't get the right GPA, or they got a GPA that's a little bit below. Maybe they got a 3.2, maybe they got a 2.5. They qualify to attend that school. But why would I take that kid over you when I know you know how to go in and study? I don't want to babysit you in college. Right? I don't want to do that. Now, if they're a tremendous talent way over you, maybe I take them, but even then, maybe I don't. Maybe they don't qualify. Why you? This is why you. So that's where we are net. Now, the other thing you realize is, if you're talented in high school, that they may have you playing out of position at high school because they need you for that position. They don't have anybody else to fill that. So they need to fill that hole, that gap. So you're going to talk to your high school coach and you're going to say, hey, coach, I understand that I need to play over here, but I want to try to go and play at the collegiate level. I'm going to probably need to play this position here. You think I can get some reps in practice? Do you think I can play it in the game a little bit if we have the room to do it? And that coach will probably be okay with that. And if they're not, you're not going to worry about it. You're not going to pout. You're not going to get all bent out of shape. What you're going to do is you're going to get a travel club program, or and if you can't, you're going to find a travel club program that will let you play your college position, not necessarily your high school position, right? So you want to get those reps. You want to be in games. And you're smart enough to say, I'm not going to get out a travel club team that doesn't play against other college level teams, right, that have college level talent on there. Because how can a college coach evaluate you if you're playing against people that you just dominate, that they're not at that level? Now, if you're dominating other college level kids, more power to you. But for the most part, you want to play against people at your level and above. The other thing you did, you joined the high school team. Maybe you're 9th grader, 10th grader. Maybe you only made the varsity soft. Maybe you only made JV. You're going to go make friends with somebody on the varsity, and you're going to say, hey, guys, I need to get better. So where do you guys play on the weekends? How do you guys work out? Can I come along? Let me tag along. I just want to tag along. I just want to be part of the group. And you're going to learn from them. And then once you get on varsity, you're going to make sure that the stars of the team are taken care of. You're going to do some of the dirty work. Where's the hole? You can find where the hole is on that team, and you're going to fill it as you start to develop your game and your abilities, and the coach is going to start to see it. Here's another really important piece that you picked up, is that when you're on the court in the field, the coach, and they'll never say it, they don't want any turnovers, they don't want any mistakes, especially down the stretch, especially when it's crucial time. They got to be able to trust you. And I don't know what that is necessarily, but they can all feel it. They know the kids that they're going to put on the court or the field or the whatever you're doing, and they're going to come through and clutch because they're not going to make mistakes. But here's the real important piece of this thing. They're also at that moment, even though you're not supposed to, even if you're the freshman, sophomore, junior, and we've got the stars over here, there's a moment in every game where you got to make a play. You got to take a chance. You got to go, and you're going to do it. And that's what sets you apart from everybody else sitting on that bench that wants to get more playing time, and they're playing it safe. That moment, the coach will never tell you this, but you got to make that play. You got to go for it. You got to make the drive. You got to take the shot. You got to you got to make the run. You got to make the block. You got to make the interception. We need this at this moment, and you're going to make that play. You see it, you're paying attention, and you've gotten better. Next thing you're going to do, you're going to get yourself a private trainer if you can. If you can get yourself a private trainer, train on where the position you're going to be at the collegiate level. Don't get so overdone on where you're playing now and getting better at that position. It's great that you have that, because you can have multiple places that the college coach can probably put you, especially if you have a growth spurt or something like that. But look at where you're going to be at the collegiate level and start working on that. Get somebody there that can help you. Now, let's say you don't have the money for this. I don't have money for a private trainer. The travel club programs are really, really expensive now. I'm not quite sure I'm going to do that. Well, the next thing you want to probably do is you want to go online, and whatever sport you're in, you want to look and find somebody's the best of the best collegiately and in the professional, if there's a professional level of that. Somebody in that level plays like you. They move like you. Their actions, everything that they do is kind of you. You can see yourself there, and you're going to look at what they do. They've got to the highest echelon of their sport, and you want to start looking at how they move, how they do things, how they react to things, and you're going to start emulating after them, but you're going to put your own twist on things, right? So yes, you can't afford to pay this top trainer to do this, to get you ready for that, but start following somebody else that's already doing it and kind of emulate what they're doing, and then put your own sauce on there. And go back a few years. It doesn't have to be modern day, because you're going to have your own twist on it anyway. So go back and look 5, 10, 15 years back even, and you're going to find somebody that's just like you. You can see it, and it's there, and that's what you want to have. And so we're putting all this stuff together for ourselves just as a human being. The other thing we want to do is we want to start building our own social network, right? Our social media network. And we're not going to be up there trying to be outrageous about everything. But what you're going to do is you're going to start showing your journey. You're going to start filming yourself on your workouts when you're working out with the other kids we were talking about before, right? And that are higher level than you. And you can start playing against people that are higher level than you. That's going to bring you up. You won't see it right away. You'll get embarrassed a little bit. You're going to take some hits. Here's the number one rule in life. You got to take some L's. If you don't take any L's, you can't grow. It's just the way it is. And that's in everything, but in sports especially. You got to get there. It's timing. It's your confidence. All of those things make you a much better player. So while you're doing that, you're going to chronicle it. What are you starting to eat? You're going to start eating better. You're going to start taking care of your health a little bit better. And you're going to start giving back to the community. This is a big thing. So start doing some stuff in your community. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Maybe it's some kids in the neighborhood. You're the high school kid. There's some younger kids. You're going to say, hey, you guys serious about this game? You guys want to go work out with me? Here you are. Maybe you're a freshman. Maybe you're a sophomore. Who do you think you are, right? You just made varsity. You're sitting on the bench. That's okay. It doesn't matter. You still give back some kind of way. And it can be doing other things, but I'm just trying to give you some ideas for who you are as a person. Why you? Because this is who you are as a person. You're growing yourself as a person, and this is who we want you to be. And so you're starting to put all of this stuff together. Now you're using the software. And then from the software point moving out, it's about why them? Why are you picking this school? And I don't mean that in an egotistical or arrogant way. No, that's being a jerk. We don't do that over here. It's a different way. So I'm going to do a separate video on that, on why them, because we're going to start moving ourselves forward now. I want you guys to get into this mindset. There is absolutely no reason. Don't ever hold yourself back. You make somebody else say no to you before you say no to you. You don't say no to you. You get better. You put yourself out there and you keep improving what you can do. You can only control what you can control. You put yourself out there and then you make the coach look at you and go, as a complete package, this is what we want for our program. And that's why you. So anyway, as always, guys, best of luck to you in all your endeavors, anything that you're trying to do. And if you're trying to get an athletic scholarship, let us help you. Our software is absolutely no cost to you guys. Go down below, get the code. I give you the instructions for how to use the code, sign up, register, find the schools that make sense for you. And then we're going to do a proactive, not reactive. Don't wait to get chosen all the time. Sometimes you want to choose for yourself because we're trying to go in these 10-year increments, right? So from 9th grade to 4 years of high school to 4 years of college, and then 2 years after that, where are you going to be? Who do you want to be? What are you on the path towards? And that's what we're trying to build. And then we're going to go 10 years from there. And then we're going to go 10 years from there. And your life is going to be amazing, okay? That's what we're going for. So remember what I keep telling you guys, and I tell this to all my nieces, nephews, and now I got a grandkid, my kids. You want to live an excellent life so that you can help others live a great life, a good life. Let me put it that way. So let's go a great life for you, excellent, great. And then you want to help other people have a really good life because everyone doesn't have that drive. Everyone doesn't want to go that extra mile, and that's okay. They still deserve to have a good life. And you're going to help them do that. But that's going to be, you got to have an excellent life. You got to have a great life because you can't help somebody else unless you're at a level to be able to pull and have the resources to do so. All right, guys. All right. Best of luck to you guys in everything you do. Use the code, use the software, and give me some feedback. What do you guys think? And then on the next one, we're going to talk about why you're choosing that school and what that's all about. Because I'm really excited about this. We're growing. And I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys really are doing a great job. I see the code that I give down below being used a lot of times, and it's probably the fastest growing, even though I'm doing all these other projects. You guys are, and I have no idea what I'm saying or if but I'm resonating with somebody's out there, and I appreciate you guys. Share this with other people if you can, and YouTube keeps hitting me up now. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff, and we'll just continue to grow. We'll keep doing what we're doing. Talk to you later.